package came in the mail today from Chicken George. Making a video of this because he says it's a CD, and it looks like it's probably a CD, but with Chicken George you never know. It sort of feels perhaps like it's spring-loaded, and I just want there to be a document in case something happens as I open this. So I'm just going to set the camera down here like this so you can watch me open this. See, if this was Chicken George, he'd be opening this with an axe, a razor-sharp axe. It is a CD. It's Chicken George print, an actual Chicken George print. Don't that just beat all? It's a CD and it hasn't bitten me yet. Gold black. Let's go check it out. So I inserted the CD and it says Art to Burn July '04. I think that's kind of cute that, you know, it's got a label on it. It's got a printed, it's a inkjetted label right to the disc. So, you know, it looks really professional. So it's like a disc full of images. Isn't that curious? I like that. I think George told me this is a woman who's in her 60s. See, that gives one hope that you can continue to do what you do. And he said, well, this is sort of like your work, and you know, most artists would probably take some kind of offense to that. Chicken George. Usually the first thing you do is just roll your eyes back, you know, because usually they don't know what they're talking about. But the other thing that goes through your mind is like, and it's just human nature, you know, is, wow, that's not good because, you know, I've spent my whole life doing something and, you know, I don't want it to look like anyone else. Essentially, this is like little cartoon situation with writing on it, so that's why it looks like me. Because that's what I do. There's going to be lots of people out there that do things or think things like you, and just because you do things or think things the same way, if you're not copying, I think, you know, because then you're just, you know, you're copying someone else's thinking rather than having your own thinking processes and coming up with similar conclusions. So thanks, George. I appreciate that. I appreciate you sending me this, and now I have more visual ideas, something more to another person to copy from. Chicken George. This is the kind of artwork that turns me on because it is like layers of thinking. And you have to stop for a minute and go, oh, yeah. Your air babe shake what Allah gave them. See, that's like, she's like subscribed to my school of marketing, DARE, you know, she's offended Arabs here. I like that. But you know, she draws, see, what's interesting about this is that it all is like very folk artish and outsider art. I guess that's the problem I have with this. Now see, here I'm going to be like the gallery person, like that Redmond was talking about, you know, she looked at him, looked at the art, looked at him, looked at the art, trying to figure out if he, you know, could read or write, was worthy to be selling this stuff. Is that this stuff looks really commercial. Lonely, your loud music, loud screaming, dirty talk. And she writes poetry too. Or I would say that's poetry. That's kind of cool. Well, there's your illustration on metal roofing tin I was making fun of a while back. Something just doesn't look right. But see, that proves my point. I've been like talking about, since it doesn't matter. This person is untrained. Well, guess what? It looks like commercial work. And that's all right. So, you know, if I'm a commercial artist and I do stuff that looks like it's like untrained, like less polished than this, isn't that okay? You know, or am I trying, or is she trying to look commercial and I'm trying to look less commercial? It's just stupid. It doesn't matter. It's just stuff you hang on your wall, you know? Oh, more roofing tin. It blows off the barns, and what else are you going to do with it, right? That's fun. I like that. I really can't figure this out. I don't know what this was meant to promote. It's curious. Curious like the work. Well, I like it, George. Chicken George. Why do we have to, like, make things as complicated as possible, you know? It's just like going to complicated school. It's like above, like, getting a doctorate. You know, you figure when you get a doctorate, you've made things as complicated as possible, but there needs to be another level, you know, so we can weed out, because plenty of people out there have doctorates. What does that matter? We need another level of discovery and invention and education where people can make things even more complicated. And I don't mean like discovering new things or making anything better or more usable or make life better or anything. Just make it more complicated. Just a school that focuses on minutia and pointlessness and doublespeak and anything to just make things just like impossible to understand. Like the U.S. tax system. There's a perfect example of a lot of energy put into making something that should be simple really fucking complicated, so that they just fuck with your head and fuck with your wallet, and they can put you on puppet strings and manipulate you. Well, thanks, George. I will put something in the mail to you, and I don't know what it is yet. I got an idea, but and see, I'm going to put what I'm sending you in a larger box. So, you know, because that was, you know, I kind of knew that was a CD. See, if you put it in a larger box, that you would have been fucking with me. Because I would have, like, you know, been expecting a CD, and here's this larger box thing, and I would have been, man, I don't know if I should open this. So, you know, it came from Chicken George and all. Ever since I opened that, I kind of a rash or something, huh? But, you know, I'm going to put mine in a larger box. So I'm taking kind of, like, I should tell you it's like something small, so then you could do the same thing, like, oh, man, why did it take such a big box to ship this? But mine will probably be heavier, so you can just, like, I don't know, you might want to soak it in water first. That may be a good idea. Chicken George.